typically when he puts up that many points in the first half, he's going to follow it up with a better second half. We'll see if that happens here.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
It's been a nice game for Barnes. He has 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. CP3 at point with Redick there at the backcourt. And it's Barnes in the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Curry kicks to Bogut. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Thompson. That one wide left.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
And they've needed every one of those rebounds. I think that's what's put them in front here. Draymond Green last season slimmed down to about 230 pounds. Pretty remarkable how he's transformed his body since his freshman season at Michigan State.
Now here's Curry. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And they've missed the first 3 shots of the third quarter.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
Now here's Thompson. 7 points in the game. It's Curry outside. And he gets it to go.
And Green, a combo forward. You know, he's able to play the 3 or the 4. And he's a good rebounder. I mean, he's got long arms that help him play effectively against bigger guys, even though he's only about 6'7".
And Green certainly not an elite athlete, Steve, but pretty quick on his feet.
Well, he's a jack of all trades, and I think he's been a pleasant surprise defensively. Just his awareness and his energy, they've really helped him out a lot. He can guard multiple positions for sure.
And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in. It's Bogut with the drive. That's good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Count that one. Crawford's got 5 points so far.
You know, everybody seems to be sleepwalking out there on defense, and it's been that way, guys, ever since they came out of the halftime locker room.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Paul dishes to Griffin. Tipped away. Thompson again. It's Paul. Thompson passes to Lee. And it's going to be a 3-second call. So for the Clippers, Spencer Hawes is checked in for Jordan. Turkoglu comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. Golden State also making some changes. Green is checked in for Lee. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston.
You know, it was a pretty poor display from the field for them in the first half, but they've got the lead, and now the shots are starting to fall.
Yeah, they shot under 40% before the break, and that had to change coming into the second half, so they're starting to figure it out.
With floor spacing, Steve, more important than ever in today's NBA, some have questioned the pairing of Griffin and Jordan in the Clipper frontcourt.
Well, I think it's worked out just fine. I think they could add a stretch four behind those two guys and maybe mix him in during the rotations. But all in all, Griffin and Jordan have played awfully well together at both ends of the floor.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Warriors shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And you look at the numbers from a year ago, guys, this is a club that hit about 75% of its free throws.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
People knew that he could shoot the ball coming out of college, but I don't think teams knew that Klay Thompson would develop into the dead-eye shooter that he's become. He is a flat-out laser, and he can go to get into zones where he just doesn't miss, whether he's open or well guarded.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And Steve, with Klay, you know not every team thought of him as an elite shooter, or he wouldn't have gone as late as he did in the draft. But with his size, he has incredible range, and that is proved to be a factor in his play.
Yeah, and one thing he's been able to do this last season is find ways to quicken that release. And now he can get that three off in the blink of an eye. He's a big, strong kid. Doesn't need much room at all to let it fly. So what an incredible weapon to have on offense.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Jordan, he's checked in for Hawes. Griffin comes in for Turkoglu. And Paul subbed in for Rivers.
They're taking so many shots down there, and they're knocking them down. Really good looks in the paint.
No doubt the offensive philosophy today, pound that thing inside.
Green with the block. And here's Iguodala outside. Rebound by the Clippers. The three. The shot will not go. The Clippers in the lead. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Green at the 4 with Lee at the 5. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And there's Livingston. And it's Holiday in the shooting guard position. Nobody near Barnes. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. 9 points for Barnes.
That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
Well, and as hot as they've been, there's no need to change their offense. Just continue to play the way you're playing. You're going to get open looks.
The Warriors making a switch here. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the Warriors coach as he addressed his team. He urged his players to keep fighting, saying, "We're right there, but the margin of error has shrunk. We've got to play aggressive and smart. Guys?"
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Spencer Hawes is checked in for the Clippers. Crawford outside. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's Paul penetrating. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
That takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
This game's going to take a big swing. Clark at the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over this.
Well, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Kicks to Bogut. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they've created one chance after another inside.
And he gets it to go. 15 points for Chris Paul.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Shot off the pick. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling in there. They're fighting, they're scrapping, they're clawing, and they're getting the job done.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
It's Thompson off the drive. Count it, and the foul. It's on Spencer Hawes.
Big time bucket inside. He had to get that one over the top, and he did.
And in the face of a defender who was towering over him, too.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Hawes. And Curry pulls it down. Curry's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Clippers.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Clippers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Griffin. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And we're seeing the Warriors unable to defend against Griffin.
He has 8 points, and boy, are his rebound numbers ever impressive.
And I'll tell you what, Clark, it's all about effort, guts, determination. I mean, he is just fighting today and dominating as a result.
And they take the lead. 15 points for Barnes.
You know, with all the shots they've knocked down here in the second half, their field goal percentage has crossed the 50% mark.
Well, and that usually leads to a win. I mean, this is just very efficient offense that we're seeing tonight.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Anytime they've had a chance to attack the lane, they've done so. The penetration has been impressive.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
And Thompson kicks to Green. In low to Bogut. Lays it up and banks it in. Bogut's got 4 this quarter.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
And it's Paul penetrating. Barnes kicks to Paul. Jacks up a 3. Good on the shot. Paul's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
That's demoralizing. They needed to stop there, and instead they give up 3 points on an open look.
Here's Thompson. And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
They'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford.
Look at the free throw percentage. Unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
Down low. Thompson. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal, Clark, the perfectly run fast break ends in a slam dunk.
That could be a huge 4-point swing in this game.
Now here's Curry, following the shot by Chris Paul.
Complete domination. What a game for Thompson. He's got 16 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
No, that's important. I mean, get to the foul line. Any team, when you can outscore your opponent from the foul line, it's critical, and he's trying to do his part right there. Showing off a very smooth stroke at the free throw line right there.
And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot.
Now here's Curry. Shot clock at 6. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Clark, this one just all but in the books.
Yeah, I don't see a comeback at this point, buddy.
Not enough time and just too big of a deficit for this team.
Here's Green. Thompson for the triple. The long distance 3 is buried.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with